Like most people who lived in small rural settlements in the mid-19th century, the Johnsons, who were Methodists, looked forward to Christmas as a time of family festival and religious celebration. It is the day before Christmas, and Hattie and Tom Johnson are on a special trip with their father to a special place. Feeling very grown up, Tom is taking a turn at the reins. Hattie and Tom are very excited, for this year their father has asked them to help him with a very important Christmas chore. It is time to choose their Christmas tree. Their mother has warned them to choose carefully, for a tree looks smaller outdoors, and a tree they may choose in the woods might be much too large for the family parlor. The day before Christmas is a very busy time for everyone in the village. The Snyder family, who recently arrived from Pennsylvania, is decorating their tree in the tradition of their German heritage, a project that involves the whole family in making decorations for their tree. A huge bowl of popcorn has been prepared and is ready to be strung into garlands for the tree. Bright red cranberries are strung with the popcorn to add festive color. It is family tradition to hang decorated cookies on the Christmas tree, and Mrs. Snyder takes a fresh batch from the bake oven. Young David carefully strings cranberries. Daniel hangs colorful puffs of dyed wool on the tree. In the Snyder household, Christmas brings a welcome break in the routine of daily farm chores, and everyone in the family enjoys helping to make it a joyous celebration. In another part of the village, there is just as much activity in the Johnson kitchen. With her cook and serving girl to help her, Mrs. Johnson is making preparations for Christmas dinner. Of course, Cook has been preparing for Christmas for several weeks, having baked rich fruitcakes, boiled plum puddings, and mixed mincemeat. Now she is making pastry for the pies, using whole wheat flour that was ground at the village mill. Much as there is to be done in the kitchen, everything stops when Hattie announces they're back with the tree. Time is getting on, and Tom and Hattie still have chores to do. Some for their mother, some for themselves. The first stop is the Snyder farm, and the first thing they see is the tree. Hattie and Tom are fascinated by the decorations. They are very different from their own. The children would like to stay longer with their friends, but Mr. Snyder knows that their mother is waiting for the fresh goose they have come to get from his farm. Hattie and Tom are in a hurry, but the Christmas goose is a nice plump one, and carrying it makes it difficult for Tom to run. Just the same, he tries to hurry. He and Hattie still have a very important chore to do. For months, the children have been saving to buy gifts for their parents at the Lasky Emporium. They catch their breath as they stop for a minute to admire the lemons and oranges in the window. These are luxuries available only at Christmas time. The cost of importing such goods is very high, which makes them very expensive for the villagers to purchase. Those who can afford it buy just a few for special Christmas treats. Mr. Baldwin is teasing Hattie, pretending he might have sold the gift she has been saving for. Tom looks for the necktie he wants to get for his father. Hattie knows exactly what she is going to give her mother. A thimble in its own mother-of-pearl case. Hattie and Tom are very happy. Both have found just the right gift for their parents. The Emporium has many different wonderful things to choose from, but Tom and Hattie aren't tempted to change their minds. Early in the evening on Christmas Eve, Mrs. Johnson unpacks the familiar ornaments for the tree. All of the decorations have been stored away since last Christmas, except for one new one. This year, Hattie has embroidered a candle ornament for the tree. Across the way from the Johnson house, Mrs. Flynn puts a lighted candle in the window as a symbol of welcome to the Christ child. The Flynns are Roman Catholics, and Mary Flynn has invited Hattie and Tom to visit on Christmas Eve to see the nativity scene she and her mother have made. Mrs. Flynn calls the children into the kitchen, where she has prepared a surprise for them. Homemade candy is a special treat, and Mrs. Flynn is going to teach the children how to pull taffy. Tom and Hattie have never pulled taffy before, and Mary Flynn and her mother show them how it must be pulled over and over until it stiffens, so it can cut into sticks ready for eating. Elsewhere in the village, there is great excitement at the Snyder house. It is time for Belsnickel to visit, just as he has done on Christmas Eve for generations. He asks the children if they have been well behaved since his last trip. Of course, everybody answers yes, and Belsnickel dumps out his bag of treats, amongst which are a few precious oranges. It has been a long day for everybody, but there is one last ceremony to be shared by the Johnson household. Mr. Johnson uses a spill of rolled paper to take a flame from the fire and carefully light the candles on the tree. And now it is bedtime for Hattie and Tom. Early Christmas morning, the children find that St. Nicholas has left a lovely china doll for Hattie. A marvelous Noah's Ark for Tom. Before long, everybody in the house is up, and the Christmas gifts are exchanged. Hattie and Tom were right. Their parents are very pleased with their choices. One of the most important events of the day is the special Christmas church service. After the service, Reverend Matthew Baker greets members of his congregation, and Mr. Johnson reminds him that he is to be an honored guest at the Johnsons' for Christmas dinner. And friends and neighbors exchange good wishes. In the Johnson kitchen, the goose is cooked to a turn in the reflector oven, and Mrs. Johnson supervises last-minute details of the dinner preparations. The dining table glows in candlelight as family and guests come together for the most festive meal of the year. Several of the guests have traveled considerable distances to be here, and there is much news of relatives and friends to be exchanged. From the kitchen, cook brings the huge roast of beef, and now everything is ready. Mr. Johnson asks Reverend Baker to say grace. After grace is said, Mrs. Johnson serves the vegetables while Mr. Johnson carves the meat. As he carves, he speaks with pride of the many ways in which the village was growing. Looking around the table, Mrs. Johnson silently reflects on the many blessings she has to be thankful for this Christmas day. Her family is happy and healthy, and she is grateful for this rare opportunity to share her own good fortune with loving relatives and respected friends. After dinner, the adults linger for tea and talk, and Hattie and Tom are excused from the table. Full of good dinner and delighted with their new toys, the children agree that Christmas this year has been a little more wonderful than ever before.